Do the dance only.
Welcome to Transfer Business and News with Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, Nana Poku-Hitzfield. How are you guys feeling, man? 1 hug, 2 hug, 3 hug, 4 hug, 5 hug, 6 hug, 7 hug, 8 9 hug, 10 hugs, 10 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug. Ten Hag, Ten Hag, 8976, Ten Hag. Welcome to Transfer Business and News. And yesterday, Manchester United, of course, sealed the top 4 spot. Now, today we'll be talking about the marvelous work that Erik Ten Hag has done in his first year at Manchester United. Now, the things he has overcome during this first year shows how mentally strong our manager is, and that is the leader we've been wanting for Manchester United for some time now. Now, yesterday we beat Chelsea by 4-1, man. It could have been a cricket scoreline. Once again, our profligacy was bare for everybody to see, because we squandered so many chances. But speaking about squandering chances, how did Mudryk miss that ball when the game was still 0-0? He missed that ball. I'm like, come on, Mudryk, 75 million and you can't kick a ball. Like, I was so shocked. Like, the whole Chelsea team. I don't think Manchester United were extraordinary, because in the first half, I had qualms, man. Every Manchester United fan that watched that first half will know that if we play City like this, we should expect a drubbing if we play this first half against City. So, but then the scoreline flattered everything, and the fact that we are in the Champions League. Now, somebody may say you are in the Champions League and you are complaining. But yeah, you know, yesterday's game, I enjoyed it. I've watched it like 3 times. After I had watched. Now, when you come on the live, please tap the like. Keep tapping on it. Keep tapping. Let us get more likes, man. Let us have a community here where we talk about Manchester United, we talk about Africa, we talk about the black race, and we talk about how to develop one another as Africans and as black people, right? So, yesterday's win, Charlie, I loved it on so many fronts, because most of my friends are Chelsea fans. As a matter of fact, my best friends and my cousins, the close people to me, most of them are Chelsea fans. So to rub it in their face like that after, you remember last season when we were in that situation, I was so happy they couldn't beat us, even though we were shit last season, right? So the reverse, now the roles have reversed and they are in the mess. We are doing everything right? So now that we were able to drop them out at Old Trafford, I wanted a 7-0. Oh, man. We squandered so many chances. Anthony Martial, corporate, Bruno Fernandes hitting the post. Yesterday, Bruno Fernandes' performance prior to the penalty was abysmal to me. Like, I was watching his performance, I'm like, when he didn't get that penalty earlier on, I realized he started that things. And those things, we don't need it going forward, Bruno. Sometimes all you need to do is let go of that and play football. We know you can play football. When you let one decision get into you, then the rest of the game, you are just... Even the second goal, for instance, he had a ball that he should have done something with it. I don't know what he was doing with it. And Enzo Fernandez intercepted, that broke to Casemiro. Now, let's talk about Casemiro for a moment, man. He scored in the game against Bournemouth. And yesterday, he scored again. Now, his first goal for Manchester United was against Chelsea at the Bridge. And it's like he likes playing against Chelsea. And I love it. Now, he got us in front very early on. It could have been 10-3. We would have loved to see something like that, right? Where that is why we need a number 9 this season. Sorry, next season. And it all boils down to the ownership at Manchester United. This takeover, if we as Manchester United fans or the club makes another mistake, it will take maybe another 20-30 years to fix it, because anybody that will buy the club now is not going anywhere soon. And if we get an Ineos ownership, I can see another owner just coming in and milking Manchester United. But then we look at the Sheikh Jassim project. We look at what Qatar can do in terms of infrastructure. We see what the Middle Easterns have done to the world, and we know they are good business owners and they invest and make things on the larger scale. We've seen that in Manchester City. We've seen that in PSG. Now look at Newcastle. Look at what the Saudi ownership is doing for Newcastle. But then when it's Manchester United, everybody has problems with it. I'm Sheikh Jassim all the way, because I know we will get beautiful facilities. Manchester United will spread more, because it is already the biggest club in the world in terms of supporters. So under Sheikh Jassim, I'm seeing a more global fan base who will be loyal and who can fill 100,000 capacity stadium week in, week out, irrespective of the match, whether it's Carabao or whatever competition we play in. We can fill that stadium. It's all about the UK having more tolerance for tourists across the world, right? So I see Manchester United under Sheikh Jassim. My visions for the club, I feel Sheikh Jassim can do a better job than Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because the Ineos fan, the OGC Nice fans, they were actually protesting the same way we are protesting against the Glazers. They are doing the same to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And I'm thinking, what makes you think you can be the owner of Manchester United if the Nice fans... Now, with all due respect to Nice, I don't think there is anyone in Africa that supports Nice. But then there are millions of fans that support Manchester United. So if you can't keep Nice fans happy, why do you think you can be the owner of Manchester United? And it is just common sense. That is why I feel Sheikh Jassim will be a better owner and will move Manchester United to where it is supposed to be. Because I am imagining better owners being in charge for Erik Ten Hag. Now, let us talk about the issues Erik Ten Hag has had to face in his first season at Manchester United. Now, let us start with the Cristiano Ronaldo saga. Now, the way Erik Ten Hag handled the Cristiano Ronaldo story and issue made him gain more respect around the world in terms of leadership. Forget coaching, in terms of leadership. He never commented something bad. He was always straight with his words, and it should have been that way since the beginning. Cristiano Ronaldo leaving after being subbed with a few players, got punished, but then in the next game he's like, you are one of the greatest footballers of all time. Come in, make a difference. I think he came in, he gave him the chance against Tottenham. Look at what Cristiano Ronaldo did. I think the game against Tottenham at Old Trafford was probably the game that Manchester United dominated and played the best game. I think that game is probably our best performance of the season. Somebody can argue the one against Arsenal or against Liverpool or against Barcelona. But then that game against Hotspurs, we saw a dominant Manchester United conquering, and that Spurs team had spark, right? Not this late season Spurs team, you know. I'm talking about Antonio Conte in, you know. So for Cristiano Ronaldo to do something like that, we all realize he was becoming a bad apple amongst, and because he is the most known person in the world, imagine the most known person in the world negative about the place he is. You know, the energy that brings to Manchester United. And we saw it in the first two games. We lost 4-0 against Brentford and 3-1 against Brighton. Now, although Brighton did the double over us this season, you know, Alexis McAllister recently, Brighton, they did the double over us. Brighton and Hoover Albion. Now, speaking about Brighton, under Sheikh Jassim's ownership, I think Moses Caicedo will be a Manchester United player. And I'm looking at the Manchester United. Now, let me give you my dream Manchester United 11 under new ambitious owners like Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, right? Not, come on, man. Let it go, man. Sergeant Radcliffe. No. So let us, in my ideal world, I've looked at the Victor Osimhen argument, and I've looked at the Harry Kane argument, and I feel if we can get Harry Kane under 100 million, because Victor Osimhen is costing in the excess of 150, right? So if we can get Harry Kane, what will Harry Kane bring to Manchester United? He will bring a guaranteed 20 goals in the Premier League per season. That is what Harry Kane guarantees you. He also guarantees bringing assists to this team. To Marcus Rashford, to Anthony, to Bruno Fernandes, because he can pick a pass too. Then I'm looking at the leadership that he will bring. And I'm like, Harry Kane, for the next 5 years, can give Manchester United a lot. And I think it is an investment that is safe, secured. And when we talk about leadership, I feel we should get Harry Kane this summer. Victor Osimhen will cost much, but Harry Kane is a guaranteed goal scorer. Guaranteed. And he can play too. He can provide assist. Look at his free kick in the last game he played, for instance. He has broken Jimmy Greaves' all-time record for a reason. He is England's all-time top scorer for a reason. What Harry Kane will do is guarantee you goals. In the game against Chelsea yesterday, I think if we have a Harry Kane, he will have like 5 goals in it. Don't get me wrong. Anthony Martial will always be Anthony Martial. Yesterday, he was limping during the dying embers. Or was it dying embers? Well, before he came off, you could see he was limping. So he had to leave the striking role for Rashford, and he was, you know, lazing around. I saw that everybody saw that. Everybody saw that he was injured, right? So we need Harry Kane. Now, as I said, under Sheikh Jassim, let's go. So under Sheikh Jassim, I'll buy Harry Kane as the number 9. Now, I feel Bruno Fernandes is no more the number 10 I want at Manchester United. He's more like a number 8 now, because he wants to concentrate on organizing and controlling and doing whatever, man. And number 10 should take the ball on the 10, trying to beat the person in front of him. And I feel yesterday, look at Chelsea's team. Their brightest spark was Joao Felix. And I love Joao Felix. Erik Ten Hag loves Joao Felix. He wanted him in the summer. And under good owners with fans, we should get Joao Felix for every amount. So Harry Kane, Joao Felix. Now I'm talking about a transfer under ambitious owners, right? So Hurricane, Joao Felix as a 10. I'll buy Moises Caicedo and probably Declan Rice. That is, then I'll get rid of probably Scott McTominay, Donny van de Beek, Fred. Oh, I love Fred. Fred can stay, man. Donny van de Beek, a few players like Zidane Iqbal go on loan. We should keep Kobe Mainoo. I will keep Ahmad so that he fights for that right wing spot with Anthony, because I think what Anthony does, Ahmad can do likewise. And now he's adding goals to his game, right? Ahmad is adding goals to his game, and I think he can fight for that spot. So Ahmad, now, speaking of right wing, right? Let us talk about Jadon Sancho's performance yesterday. And I loved it. For the first time in a long while, I saw Jadon Sancho the way I want to see Jadon Sancho. Right? He had an assist, the awareness to lay that ball to Anthony Martial for the goal. If Alejandro Garnacho had the same awareness, I think Marcus Rashford could have scored a brace yesterday. Rashford could have gotten a brace yesterday if he had squared that ball. So sometimes you see, so I love Jadon Sancho's performance yesterday. What do you think about his performance? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me read a few messages. And let me continue, man. Counter says United forever. Glory, glory, my United. I'm sending you love. Now today I'm supposed to put the Uncensored Friday, but today I want to celebrate Erik Ten Hag. As I said, he has done a lot in his first season. When you look at the problems he had to face to take off these boxes, I'm sending much salute to him. He has done an incredible job, and I feel he can do more next season with a better squad, with more squad depth. That is why I'll get him Moises Caicedo. That is why I will probably get him Declan Rice, Moises Caicedo, Joao Felix, Harry Kane, Kim Min-jae of Napoli. This is a team that can win the Champions League. And if Manchester United gets Harry Kane as the number 9, we sometimes play Bruno as a 10, sometimes Joao Felix as a 10. Casemiro plays sometimes with Declan Rice, sometimes with Moises Caicedo, pushing, crunching other teams in their space with Kim Min-jae and Lisandro Martinez, or Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez behind. Whoa, we can beat any team. Maybe the wing, but we have Luke Shaw on the left back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, superb. He's done extremely well this season. So when I look at this team, I'm like, we can go toe-to-toe with a team like this, with the bench of Eriksen, with a bench of Fred, with a bench of Alejandro Garnacho, Victor Lindelof, you see, maybe Kim Min-jae. So you see, we would have upgraded our squad enough to compete on all fronts. Now when you come on the live, please type the like and let's get to more likes on the show. Now let us talk about Anthony's injury yesterday. Anthony got injured in the game against Chelsea yesterday, and wow, I hope he can make it to the final. If not, Jadon Sancho has proven yesterday that he can do an equal good job, right, Sancho? So I'm hoping to see you more on the right wing, probably against Fulham and maybe against Man City. Show Manchester City they made a mistake by letting you go, by producing a performance with the Erling Haalands of their team, man. Getting Manchester United the FA Cup, denying Manchester City the treble, because we are afraid if Manchester United don't beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final, we have we have practically given up on the treble title to them, because we have something, we can do something about it, and that starts on the 3rd June. We need everybody fit, man. Yesterday, Marcus Rashford got his 30th goal of the season. That is what I'm talking about. Bring in Harry Kane as a number 9. He can play around. Harry Kane is more than a number 9. Harry Kane has become the Rooney. The Rooney of Tottenham Hotspur. Now, he can pick up the long passes. He's providing assists, crosses, and you look at him, I'm like, Harry Kane doesn't have a weakness, because even the goal scoring, he will guarantee you over 20 goals a season. And Manchester United, we need somebody, a guaranteed goal scorer, because Bruno Fernandes has played the most through balls in the Premier League. He has created the most chances, and when you think about it, and you're like, if these chances were going to Harry Kane, we could have been competing for the Premier League title with his 25 goals or 26 goals for Hotspurs. Imagine. So Harry Kane to Manchester United should be done, man. And that is why we want Sheikh Jassim. And as the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, I have so many Crown Prince Francis across the senses and the men's. What am I saying? Sorry. It was a strip of tongue. Somebody said it was a strip of tongue, man. How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling over the moon, because Erik Ten Hag has done a lot, man. Taking the Champions League spot box, first trophy in 5 years, and now being in the position to deny Manchester City a treble and winning Manchester United. Is it a record equaling FA Cup win? I think Arsenal have more FA Cup wins than us, right? So I think we will get close to Arsenal. I think they have 2 more than us. We will get to around, is it 15 or 13 or something? I don't know the numbers. But then, so it's been a pleasure having you on Transfer Business and News. It was supposed to be on Sunset Friday. I got the banner wrong. So life goes on. So this is a Transfer Business and News show instead of an on Sunset Friday show. I am over the moon with what Erik Ten Hag has done in his first year at Manchester United. And I am, as I said, I am happy and I'm proud of the job. Look at the Harry Maguire captain issue. He played Harry Maguire in the first 2 games and realized, no, let me bring in Lisandro Martinez, because I know what Licha can do with the ball, right? Got Varane fit, played them together, and we went on a brilliant run until they were injured. We had a blip in form, and come on, with Van Vegas and Anthony Martial getting all these achievements. Imagine if we have a Harry Kane. Imagine if we have a Joao Felix. Now, yesterday in the game against Chelsea, if you want to see what Joao Felix will bring to the number 10 position at Manchester United, look at his first touch to deceive Victor Lindelof when he came on. Now, Lindelof was man-marking Kai Havertz the whole game. Wherever Kai Havertz was, Lindelof was there. And I loved it, right? But then look at Joao Felix. Look at the 10. Look at the 10. I saw the 10 and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for this 10 at Manchester United, the number 10 position. Because Bruno Fernandes, being Bruno Fernandes, sometimes he doesn't need to play all the games. It is apparent for everybody to see. If we have Declan Rice, Declan Rice, Moises Caicedo, or Joao Paulinho of Fulham, the stats speaks for themselves. Most tackles in the Premier League this season. Joao Paulinho of Fulham, the number 6 position. So if we can get Joao Paulinho or Moises Caicedo, then bring somebody like Joao Felix in as the number 10. The creativity in front from Rashford, Harry Kane, Joao Felix and Anthony is enough to win us a game. Because Caicedo will screen behind Joao Felix together with Casemiro. And even if you pass, you can come and meet Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. It is a good enough team to win the Champions League. And that is my dream 11 for Manchester United in the summer, Charlie. Desmond Diamond says, keep dreaming. Yes. Why shouldn't you dream as a person? Now, a man without dream shall perish, man. So keep dreaming, man. But then, you know, it is being said that we need to sell a lot to buy. Now, it is a bowl of crap. If an owner comes with money, he can do certain things that will, come on, that is bull of crap. Manchester United can make that money in the next year. If other, oh, come on. So, spare me the crap with Manchester United will need to what is the name? To sell in order to spend. We can spend. We are Manchester United. Because what Erik Ten Hag has done, if Sheikh Jassim comes in, the morale will be more higher. The expectation will be more higher. So more merchandises will be bought. We can make that money. Come on. We can make that money, and FFP rules, we will bypass it easily because we will make the revenue that will cover that. Looking at Erik Ten Hag with Harry Kane, with Joao Felix, with Caicedo, with Declan Rice or Paulinho, Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen, and maybe Fred. This midfield is good enough. Good enough. You know. And you know, sometimes Rashford can play as a 9, so Harry Kane is always available. His availability is always on a high. Charlie, let me leave you guys. It's been a pleasure having you on Transfer Business and News. Catch you same time next week. On Monday, on Transfer Business and News again. That time, the season would have been over. And we'll talk about stats on Monday. We will talk about Manchester United stats, where we need to improve. We will look at the places where we did well and the places that we need to improve upon. Example is the profligacy of our forward line. That is why we need a number 9. We've squandered so many chances. We create the top 5 in the most chances created in the Premier League. But then we have the lowest conversion rate. So we will look at all these stats and hopefully. So Erik Ten Hag, today, this is your flowers. We are giving him flowers on the show, man. Erik Ten Hag, 1 hug, 2 hug, 3 hug, 4 hug, 5 hug, 6 hug, 7 hug, 8 hug, 9 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug, 10 hug. This song is definitely sticking, man. Erik Ten Hag, thank you so much for what you've done. We can go one better. We can go one better by stopping this nonsense of a treble. We can now. Let me ask Arsenal fans: would you rather want to be in the Arsenal shoes right now or the Manchester United shoes? Because I think Manchester United have had a successful season than Arsenal. Because we've won the Carabao Cup, we are third behind Arsenal. We've played more games. We went far or further in the Europa League than them. We got to the quarterfinal. They got to the round of 16, I think. We are in the FA Cup final. We might probably win or not. When you combine all these check boxes, I think Manchester United, irrespective of what happens in the FA Cup final, we've had a successful season than Arsenal fans. Because imagining the vision being Premier League, and now you ended up with nothing but second and beaten twice, man, in your own backyard. 8 games to go. Hey, Arsenal fans, their depression is Arsenal fans won't want to admit it, but I'd rather be a Manchester United fan right now than be an Arsenal fan, man. Because even though you are second, you are battered in spirit, man. It will take a long time before you can recover from this because with 8 games to go. Whoa! 8 games to go, 8 points ahead. I look at it and I'm like, if Jericho was a football club, it would be Arsenal, man. Charlie, let me leave you guys before the Arsenal fans troop onto my page and say a lot of things about me and Manchester United but then we've had a successful season, man. I'm happy we've secured the Champions League spot. Now we can further secure the 3rd place spot, right? But then Casemiro don't need to play in the game against Fulham. Bring the Mark-Fred combination again. It has worked before. It can work. They will play in the pivot. They won't play like, what is the name? How you want Casemiro to play. Fred and Scott McTominay have done a decent job for Manchester United before. They got us to the Europa League final before. So they can do a job against Fulham in a dead rubber. Okay, so Bruno should also be off. Play Facundo Pellistri as the number 10. Play Facundo Pellistri. Play Facundo. We want to see more of Facundo Pellistri. We think he can do a job 15 minutes, every 15 minutes of the game instead of maybe Anthony. Play him. He plays for the Uruguay national team. When he was in Penarol, I think he was that good. He is quick. He is agile. Play Facundo Pellistri. We want to see more of them. Zidane Iqbal. You see? And because the Anthony Martials, they are gone. Oh. Martial, Ilanga is gone. Brandon Williams, man. It's about time. We need a new face, more leaders. That is why Harry Kane will be the perfect leader, perfect number 9 for Manchester United next season. Champions League, Premier League, with Alejandro Garnacho, with Jadon Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, Amad Diallo. We can do well. We can do well in next season. Okay, so it's been a pleasure having you. Let me send you love. Let me send you abundance, man. Erik Ten Hag is the man. I've been happy since yesterday. Today is Friday. Today is my Sabbath. I think I will find something to eat and sleep the rest of the day, man. I've been working since dawn. I haven't slept. As I said, I've watched the game 3 times because I was working and it was on. So I will watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it and watch all the goals and watch Joao Felix, man. So Harry Kane, Joao Felix, Kim Min-jae, Joao Paulinho, Moses Caicedo. If we don't get Paulinho and we get Declan Rice, cool. Because I think Paulinho can do an equal job as Caicedo. Even as a matter of fact, he ranks the highest in the Premier League for tackles, interceptions, and all these things that we want in the number 6. So imagine Paulinho playing next to Casemiro at Anfield. We will get a result. Come on. We will get a result with Harry Kane in front, Rashford here, Anthony here, Bruno. Come on. We will get a result with Caicedo, Casemiro at Anfield. Or Declan Rice, Casemiro. Or Declan Rice, Caicedo. We can do, you see, we need to revamp this squad with quality and not quantity, man. And it's our time a few quantity need. We sell them. Donovan the Big, it has never worked. I don't think it will ever work at Manchester United for him because he's been given chances. Anthony Martial, thank you for the 9 years or whatever. We are moving on into a new phase, a new era. Thank you for all those years. Gone. We don't need to be keeping passengers at Manchester United. David De Gea needs to be the second goalkeeper going into next season. Playing 20 games is enough, He should learn how to play with his feet more, He's a legend already, most clean sheets. He doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. Relax. Let the young generation take over, right? So it is what it is. Thank you very much for joining me on Uncensored on Transfer Business and News. See you same time next week. I'm leaving you with power, love, and abundance, man. Jemapel Man Bogoble. I was playing Bogoble song earlier on before I came on. Chichicha, I'm leaving you with power. I'm leaving you with abundance. Bye.